Item number SCP-4360. Object Class Safe. Pending Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The forest within which SCP-4360 is located is to be patrolled by no more than 2 guards disguised as forest rangers. Should any civilians attempt to come within 10 meters of SCP-4360, they are to be turned away by the guards under the cover story of an endangered species nesting in the area. Testing of SCP-4360 may only be done using Foundation-approved DVDs. Description: SCP-4360 is a red alder tree located in a forest on Bainbridge Island, Washington. SCP-4360 is functionally and aesthetically identical to a television and DVD player, though still requires sunlight and nutrients as standard for a non-anomalous red alder tree. Should any non-anomalous DVD be inserted into SCP-4360, it will play the program despite no obvious source of power. However, any programs played through SCP-4360 will typically be altered in some way to prevalently feature trees. Occasionally, words in English will appear on screen as well, either criticizing the program or praising it, depending on its material. Subjects who watch programs on SCP-4360 occasionally report a significant emotional shift, typically related to any critiques of programs displayed on SCP-4360. These anomalous effects are impermanent and only last as long as the subject is in direct line of sight of SCP-4360 while it is playing its current program. Addendum 4360-01. Below is an abridged list of programs as altered by SCP-4360, as viewed by researcher Carolyn Fremont. Program: a recording of a local news broadcast. Alteration to the source material. All stories involved environmental protection, particularly the protection of national forests and wetlands. The weather report segment did not address weather across the country, but rather the effects of weather on the plant and animal life in forests. Commentary: none. Emotional response: none. Program: the same recording as the test prior. Alterations to the source material. Stories were altered as previous. However, the entirety of the broadcast was filmed within nondescript forest. Commentary: already saw more tree. Emotional response. Subject reported feeling apathetic and bored towards the broadcast while watching the program. Subject was anxious and felt a desire to end the test prematurely. Program: Episode 3, Season 4 of Scrubs. Alterations to the source material. All actors present within the show were replaced by animate trees. In addition, the show's title card instead displayed the words Tree Hospital. Plot was largely unchanged. Commentary: helpful? Help people? Is okay. Do you help? Emotional response. Subject reported a sense of duty to do her job while watching the program. Program: The 2005 horror film, Saw 2. Alterations to the source material. All footage was replaced with an off-white placard displaying the word trees. Audio of the film played as normal. Commentary. No. Hurt people is no. You probably hurt trees too. Emotional response. Subject reported a profound sense of regret while watching the program. Program. Footage from the 1969 moon landing. Alterations to the source material. Astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin emerged from what appeared to be a giant tree, and then, rather than planting an American flag, the pair dug up the lunar soil and then planted a sapling. The sapling grew to maturation within seconds, and its roots began to cover the entirety of the lunar surface. Commentary. Trees go everywhere. Emotional response. Subject reported a sense of awe and amazement while watching the footage. Program. Episode 2, Season 1 of The Blue Planet. Alterations to the source material. The entirety of the ocean is replaced with enormous trees. Fish are seen swimming between the trees as if it were water. Occasionally, the branches of certain trees reach down to the fish and wrap around them, then proceed to encompass them in bark and incorporate them into its trunk. Commentary. Lost, forest, almost trees. Emotional response. Subject reported a sense of anticipation while watching the program, as if something more important is about to happen. Program. The 2013 documentary film, Song from the Forest. Alteration to the source material. The footage was largely unchanged, save for several cartoon hearts appearing around the screen. Commentary. Yes, that's trees, yes. Emotional response. Subject reportedly felt warm and loved while watching the program. Program. A recording of SCP-4360. Alterations to the source material. Unchanged. Commentary. Me? Oh. Emotional response. Subject felt as if they were being watched while watching the footage, but did not express any alarm at this notion. Addendum 4360-02. On September 28th, 2000, researcher Fremont reported that she had found a single DVD growing off of a tree branch at her home residence. Analysis of the DVD itself shows that while it is functionally and aesthetically identical to a non-anomalous DVD, it is constructed entirely of tree leaves and sap. Upon inspection of its contents, the DVD contained approximately 4 minutes of shaky footage of researcher Fremont performing tests with SCP-4360. Throughout the footage, trees surrounding SCP-4360 bent downwards towards researcher Fremont, surrounding her in their branches and occasionally penetrating her skin. By the end of the footage, researcher Fremont is entirely enveloped in tree bark and has grown roots where her feet once were. Further examination of the audio from the footage revealed an unidentified voice. Phrases spoken by this voice have been approximated to be, "Help the trees," "You a tree," and "You like me." Subjects who watched this DVD reported a feeling of itchiness beneath their skin, as well as a sense of calmness, as if they were being cared for, while watching the footage on a non-anomalous DVD player. Testing has not been done using SCP-4360 due to a potential information breach. SCP-4360's object class is pending an upgrade to Euclid class. Testing of SCP-4360 is suspended indefinitely. Researcher Fremont is to be monitored for any further footage delivered to her residence.